Let's make bò sốt vang, beef in red wine, as it's called in Vietnamese. Pat your marinated beef cubes more or less dryish before you season the beef with salt and pepper and turmeric. The turmeric's gonna, keep the color kind of cheery. So that's why I'm doing it now. Then heat oil in a Dutch oven till it's nice and hot, and then brown the beef in batches. I do 2 batches. And, once that it's seared enough so that it will lift off easily from the pot, then you want to give it a stir. Turn down the heat, then you add your shallots and garlic, as well as ginger. And, just gently cook those things. I know this looks fast because the video's on really high speed. But once that they no longer smell rawish, then add the celery. You can season it with a little salt and pepper if you like. Don't have to cook the celery all the way because it's going to cook a lot longer in the liquid. And I poured the red wine into the pot now. And then in goes the tomato. Whole can of tomato goes in there. And then once the things are, gently bubbling, then we turn the beef in any kind of juices that may have accumulated while the beef was resting. Cilantro goes in there. Give things a nice stir. And don't forget the dried bay leaf as well as the cinnamon, which I'm putting in right now. And, stir it around, kind of submerge it. And while the stew is simmering for about an hour and 15 minutes, trim your carrots. If you got some bigger pieces, cut them, in half and then cut them into smaller pieces. So, is the beef chewy tender enough? Yes, it is. Check on that before you add the carrots so that they cook evenly. There should be plenty of liquid in there because the stew was cooking covered, but if there isn't, then you want to make sure that you add a little bit more water. And yeah, give things a taste, season it if you want, and cook it covered for 30 to 40 minutes. And meantime, prep your mushrooms. Yes, get that pan nice and hot with a little oil, add the mushrooms, salt and pepper them, shake things around, and then once that the mushrooms are kind of glistening looking, this is when the fun part happens. I move things around with my fingers a lot. Yes, the red wine and maji goes in there. Slide the pan of mushrooms off to the side there, and is the stew ready? And poke it with a knife tip. Poke several pieces, and then add the mushroom towards the end because you want the mushroom to, retain some of its integrity there. And cook the mushroom for, 5 to 10 minutes, and then do a final seasoning with maji seasoning sauce or Bragg liquid aminos. You can also add a little sugar if things are a bit too tart for you, or a little salt. Yes, the full recipe is at the website. So I hope you enjoy this beef in red wine sauce, Viet style.